Hey, this is Frank Yosa, CEO of KetoneAid. So when I get the same question a bunch of times, I figured now that's a good time for a video. And the question is, what is the best diet to be on in order to get the benefit of ketone ester, KE4? So that's a tricky question. So I first like to talk about the benefit of a ketogenic diet. So a ketogenic diet, which is super high fat, 80% fat, 15% protein, 5% carbs. I like to say that half of the benefit of the ketogenic diet is lowering your blood sugar, just eating less sugar, so your blood sugar comes down. And then the other benefit is raising your ketones. So you have to starve your body's system of glucose for your body to make endogenous ketones. And some people that do the ketogenic diet wrong, and they go down in their sugar, but they don't go high enough on their fat, so they don't actually start making ketones. They're kind of left in this low energy limbo of, no glucose and no ketones, and they're just, brain fog, and then they give up and they say, oh, the diet's not good for me. And that's why if you're going to do the diet, you really need to get a blood ketone meter to test that. So Keto Mojo or Keto Coach. So you really want to do that properly. But we actually don't suggest the ketogenic diet for people that want to get the best bang for the buck out of the ketone ester. Part of that reason is 90% of the people do the ketogenic diet incorrectly. So suddenly we're having to, manage people into how to do the ketogenic diet correctly, and they do it wrong. They don't get enough salt. They don't make the fat content high enough. They don't check their blood ketone levels. So they just have errors, and then they find that it doesn't work, and they give up. So what we suggest is utilizing the benefit of the lower sugar, but then not going so ketogenic that you're raising your ketones, and then using the ketone ester for that half of the equation. So you could do a standard, American diet where you have high sugar and no ketones, and you can add the ketone ester, and sure, you'll find some benefit because you're getting, some of that fuel is getting into your system. But glucose tends to block that fuel. So if you're drinking ketone ester with orange juice, I say just why bother? You're just completely wasting it. Think of it as kindling being glucose and ketones being coal. You take a bunch of kindling that's going to burn first. So all the sugar, even though the body prefers ketones and stuff like that, it just goes, the sugar cuts the line. So the diet that we recommend is simply lowering your sugar content. When I say sugar, I don't mean the white cubes that you might put in coffee. I mean lower your fast carbohydrates in particular. When I mean fast is carbohydrates that will increase your blood sugar level, so avoiding high glycemic foods. And I like to say, the 5 deadly sins: fruit, rice, bread, pasta, and then fruit again. I say fruit twice because everyone wants to do everything except for fruit. Well, for Adam and Eve, the apple didn't help them any, so it's not going to help you. Now, if you get a continuous glucose monitor, another thing that I highly suggest, it's a $100 device that you put on your shoulder and it watches your blood glucose for 2 weeks. If you can eat an apple and it doesn't raise your blood glucose, okay, great, you win. But, for the most part, it might be natural, but it's still sugar. Your body still responds like it's sugar, skyrockets your blood sugar, and that is the problem. Skyrocketing blood sugar, insulin to bring it back down, and then you have this, up and down. So the most ideal, easy, and I don't really call it a diet. I don't like the word diet. Just lifestyle is just stop eating high glycemic foods. And, that lifestyle, adding ketone ester to that, when to take it is a whole other different video. But, some people take it first thing in the morning. Some people say, hey, I want to wait for it to work more in my brain. So I'll skip breakfast and wait until I get to work at 10 a.m. Or they might take it selectively right before an important meeting. As far as working out, some people like to take it pre-workout. But if you're trying to, lose weight, we don't recommend it for weight loss. But if you're trying to lose weight and you take it pre-workout, yeah, your workout might be a few percentage points faster, but I don't think it's going to make you, lose more fat. You're not going to work out X percent faster and burn more calories that overcome the calories that you drank. So for those people, they actually drink it after their workout. Because after the workout, I say, hey, what do you normally drink? Oh, and Or what do you normally do after your workout? Oh, I'll have a big chicken salad or something because they feel rewarded. Well, if you take the ketone ester afterward and you're not hungry, you're just saving that 400, 500, 600 calories of that meal. That will reduce total calorie intake. Some people will wait until the sundowning effect where, they're sharp during the day, but 3 or 4 o'clock comes along and they're just their brain is starting to bonk. And some people will take it only immediately before bed, which is counterintuitive. This is not a caffeine, it's not a stimulant, it's just an energy source, and people find that they can take tiny amounts before bed and get 30 minutes more deep sleep. Those are all on our protocol page, KetoneAid.com/protocol. But yeah, generally our recommended diet is not to go into a ketogenic diet because you'll do it wrong and you're just also confounding things. You're just doing two things at once. Let's just focus on one thing at a time. So just this tweak of just lowering your high glycemic index foods, which you could try that first actually before the ketone ester. I do have another video saying what you should do before even trying the ketone ester, which is cut out that bowl of fruit first thing in the morning at breakfast and see if your brain fog goes away. And once it does, that benefit that you see, you'll have another leap in benefit once you add the ketone ester to that. So that's it. My name is Frank. You can email me directly, frank@KetoneAid.com. But make sure to use a good subject line because that no subject stuff goes straight to the trash. All right, bye.